Good afternoon, dear students. Today we have three important topics to discuss that have appeared in the newspaper. So we will take one by one. So that we have the daily news analysis. And the number one topic today for discussion is that Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, stands for Chief of Defense Staff. This is the post that has been in discussion for a long time. Is there a need to integrate the three forces, Army, Navy, and Air Force, and have a unified command? That is the issue. So many studies have been taken up, extensive studies have been taken up, and the studies have proved that, have arrived at a result that, yes, there is a need to have a unified command, integrating all the three forces. So this has been the thing. So extensive studies have undertaken, and they came to a conclusion that Tri-Service Command has to be there. The Tri-Service Command has to be there, meaning all the three: Army, Navy, Air Force. Navy, Air Force chiefs. Let us say these are all the three chiefs are there. So over them is the CDS. So Army chief, Navy chief, Air Force chief, and then there is the CDS. So studies have suggested that there is a need to integrate all the integrated force service command and the tri-service command. And it also said that the Air Defense Maritime Theatre Commands and integrated Eastern Theatre and integrated Western Theatre Commands are being planned officially, which means what are the Air Defense, number one, Maritime Theatre Commands, integrated Eastern Command, integrated Western Theatre Commands. So all these four should be combined and should be placed under the Tri-Service Command. And the Chief of Defense Staff shall be the chair for the meeting of this meeting whenever we are heading the joint meeting of the forces, Army, Navy, and Air Force. So this will be, so there's a need to have a Chief of Defense thing. There's a clear indication that we need to have, it's time that in the growing context of escalation of tensions, and we have got two hostile neighbors, and the region is also increasingly getting polarized now, and we have a very prominent enemy against us, pitted against us, that is China. There's a need to have a strategic controlled command, unified command. So that was the reason why we talked about the Chief of Defense Staff. Now, the post of the Chief of Defense Staff was created to provide effective leadership. In order to have all the three, there's a need to have effective leadership. So this leadership should be at the top level. So like I said, Army, Navy, Air Force. So there should be CDS here to provide effective command. Along with it, the Department of Military Affairs was created within the Ministry of Defense. So what is the military affairs? Again, this is a combination of all. All have to major Navy, Air Force, and Army. All the Air Force resources are combined here, and they are formed into military affairs. So DOMA, Defense of Military Affairs, has also been created under this. The idea is to integrate, synchronize, have a concerted effort, have a coordination of all the three forces. And hence, the military affairs represent all the combination of all the three major forces and their resources, their paraphernalia, their men material, and their strategic commands, all included in that. And General Bipin Rawat was appointed as India's first Chief of Defense Staff. Hence, this is the unified command now. What are the duties or functions of Chief of Defense Staff? So Bipin Rawat has become the Chief of Defense Staff, and he was the Chief of Army, and now he's also the CDS, right? And so what are the functions? One is to head the department, have a unified command. You see, earlier, Army, Navy, Air Force were working in silos, three different compartments like this. And they were giving the briefing to defense minister and other general and other strategy heads, political heads briefing as advisor. Now, and there is also national security advisor. And earlier they were working in silos. They were not coordinating among themselves. So there was a need to coordinate, because after all, the interest of the country comes first. It is not the way of how you function. It's a question of how you have a concerted effort. Together, they can do a lot of effective combination and effective strategies rather than working in silos or in watertight compartments like Army, Navy, Chief. There must be someone to head, integrate all these and also coordinate. And therefore, he will be the heading the department of this. And he will be acting as the principal military advisor to Defense Minister. This is again a very important development. So Defense Minister will be assisted or aided by, advised by the Chief of Defense Staff. So that is one more function. He will be a permanent chairman of the Chief of the Staff Committee. So when three of them are having a meeting, who will be the chairman? Army, Navy, and Air Force, CDS, Mr. Bipin Rawat will be the head of the, and he will be the chairman. And what is the other function? Have the tri-service organization agencies commands. So the Army, Navy, Air Force, and their services, their agencies, all the various agencies, and various other commands all over the country, they all come under a unified force. So that is the reason there's a need to have the common administration so that they will have a kind of concerted and coordinated effort in order to work strategically and have an also effective combat force, effective the military force in the world. And because India is the largest democratic country in the world, and it has got the largest, one of the largest army, and is also emerging to be one of the major global power. Therefore, these changes are necessary in order to make it more effective. And also to become CDS will be a member of Defense Acquisition Council. What is Defense Acquisition Council? It has come in the Hindu about a few days back. It was discussed, and it was also discussed in our current affairs, where we said that Defense Acquisition Council is created, and there's the DIO, Defense Innovation Organization is also there. IDEX is also there, and in which there will be a 5-year rollout plan to modernize and also increase the capability of our Army, Navy, and Air Force, and acquire new missiles, new weapons, new aircrafts, new warplanes, new advanced systems, so that we will emerge as one of the important military force to reckon with in the geopolitical region. And also, CDS will function as the military advisor to the Nuclear Command Authority. What is this Nuclear Command? Well, Nuclear Command actually means all the advisor to the nuclear force and nuclear, whatever the nuclear force, and to take a decision to use nuclear weapons. So in order to, whether to use or not, and when to use, the gravity of the situation, seriousness of the magnitude of the scale of the problem, all the perception, all will be given, and advices to use the nuclear weapon will be given. And that is called Nuclear Command, and it has two heads. Nuclear Command is headed by two commands. One is political, the other is executive. Political head is Honorable Prime Minister, and the executive head is NSA, National Security Advisor, and that is presently Mr. Ajit Doval, NSA advisor, right? And so he will also, Mr. Bipin Rawat, our CDS also will be Combined Defense Service, Chief of the Defense Services. He will be also military advisor to this Nuclear Command, and also will be advising both Honorable Prime Minister and also the executive head, reporting to the executive head, so that when to use the need to use the nuclear forces or Nuclear Command and nuclear weapons and nuclear arsenal. So that is the importance of this force. Then to bring about jointness in operation. So what is the meaning of jointness in operation? This is one important area. Jointness in operation means that logistics and also transport, training, support services, communication, repairs, and maintenance. So this is the essence of the combining three forces. If they work in watertight compartment or in silos, they cannot coordinate very effectively. Then we cannot achieve that synchronized effect. That the force will be magnitude several times positively amplified several times if they combine together and sync together, synchronize together, have a concerted effort. So therefore, the jointness in operation is the most important aspect in terms of logistics of all the three forces, transportation of all the three forces, training of all these three forces, and also support services of these three forces, and the food, hospitality, and all other things, and communication, very important, right? So the strategy, for example, Air Force may have an advanced strategy of communication than Army. So they can use the Army, the latest technology of the Air Force, because they are known to have effective communication in the sky, in the space, right? So they can use, borrow or adopt that technology rather than their other technology where they move territorially. So idea is to integrate, borrow, transplant, and also incorporate and assimilate all the new technologies that each of the wing is having. So that way they become more superior, more effective. Then the repairs and maintenance also. For example, the problem that one wing can do, it may not be such a big problem in the other. For example, the problem faced by the Army could be easily solved by perhaps Air Force. And the problem that Air Force has could be solved by Army because of the integration of the forces. So there was repairs and other things also, maintenance can be effectively done by jointness of this operation. And all for a common purpose, to be fit, militarily fit to face with any threat against the territorial integrity of India. So, and also, what is the other function? CDS function is fire defense capital acquisition. What is the meaning of capital acquisition? Weapons acquisition, nuclear weapons, nuclear arsenal, missiles, warplanes, tanks, various types of weapons, all can be acquired. And to have a defense acquisition council is meant to have a rollout plan for 5-year plan, 1-year plan, 2-year plan to modernize our weapon, modernize both Navy, Army, Air Force weapons, so that we will be more effectively combating any threat. So there is a 5-year defense capital acquisition plan and 2-year roll-on annual acquisition plan. What is the 2-year annual? Every year there will be acquisition. What does mean acquisition? Acquiring. Acquiring means procurement. Procurement means purchase. That is shopping of weapons. You can say shopping, right? So you can go to USA, you can go to Germany, you can go to France, you can go to UK and buy the technologies. There are also Martin, Lockheed, Rafael, such advanced systems are available where we can do the shopping for purchase. So idea is to float the tenders, global tenders, or single tender, or also have a process established in the defense department in order to acquire this. For example, ultra modern radar system, because the radars are known to detect whatever flies about a particular level. If they are flying below the radar may not detect. And flying at night time, infrared radar may detect. So these kind of technologies are very unique, and these need to be acquired from other countries, other producers, other manufacturers. So there is a military industrial complex. There are very unique industries only produce need-based, as told by the military of that country. So such acquisition can be done. We are buying MiG recently, Rafale. All these acquisitions are done by the Defense Acquisition Council. Idea is to become militarily strong and have integrated capability to develop our capability. Technology is fast development. Recently, there were pictures in the photographs in the news of the Army of the USA and other countries, where they are wearing not just modern gadgets, but exoskeleton, which give them a strategic advantage over their rivals. So the new technologies are coming faster, emerging faster, and Indian government, Indian Army, Indian military, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force should not be left behind in this. Adopt to the recent changing technology, incorporate them and use them effectively. So this is the integrated capability development plan. So you can see CDS is heading this, implementing 5-year plan and also annual acquisition and including capability. Develop the capabilities, become more strong, more effective, more strategic, and more tactical in the warfare. That is the importance. So what will be the eligibility for this post? in order CDS has to, in order to qualify the post of CDS, it should be a 4-star general. So at most superior, senior, and with excellent background and exemplary service rendered in the field. And you should not be eligible to hold any government office after demitting the office of CDS. Why? Because if you are promised that you will be given a post after your retirement, you may compromise with your efficiency. You may try to play tune to the political bosses or bosses in power at the time. So also they may compromise with security. So if they are told that no, you will not be given any post, this is the best and you have to do your best. So you will not compromise on the security and on the efficiency part. There will not be any favors after the retirement. And so that kind of carrot or stick policy will not work, and they will be absolutely supreme in their area to perform efficiently and effectively without compromising, without fear or favor. That is the meaning of this clause. Not eligible to hold any of the office after retiring from the CDS. He will not be given any post. So he cannot have an expectation, and therefore he will work without any fear or favor. And then no private employment without approval for period of after 5 years. You see, most of the time, for example, you are working with certain nuclear or weapon producing manufacturing companies. So they may say, sir, after your retirement, we will give you the post. So there may be a collusion. There will be a compromise in identifying. For example, X is told that this particular system, please buy this system. We will employ you as a director general after you retire. So this is nothing but again compromising on the safety, security, and the quality of the weapons. So therefore, not to have an expectation or a favor from any private companies, and not to favor any private companies over compromising on the quality of the weapons that we choose to strengthen our India. So that is why, so no private employment will be allowed. So there is no expectation from the private companies. They cannot bribe or induce or offer any inducement, or so that they don't, our CDS will not compromise on the matters of quality of the weapon, efficiency of the weapon, performance of the weapon, and performance of the all the nuclear arsenal and all the other material connected to that. So what is the importance of CDS in India's security? Very, very important. The growing scenario, as we discussed, the growing emerging political scenario, when China is, as you can see, is trying to dominate the world with Belt Road Initiative, is a Chinese debt-trapped diplomacy. So it is trying to wound many people, many countries in its world. Almost many countries are already in its debt fold. So it is trying to play a big boss to many things and trying to emerge as a superpower. And it is our neighbor. So we need to also grow in terms of acquisition of power, and we also become also on par with them in terms of military superiority. Therefore, coordination. So the importance of CDS is in India's security. This post will help us to coordinate. CDS will help in coordinating. It will be highest military office, and it will also command all the 3 forces, which is already known. Then it provides an effective leadership. Then very important is it will eliminate wastages of resources and optimize the use of resources. For example, the whatever that is being used in all the 3 wings or 3 sectors of the army, military, army, navy, air force, they can be effectively utilized without any wastage. Wastage can be cut down, can be minimized, and effective optimum utilization of resources can be done by combining all these resources. Then holistic management. This is very important. What is the meaning of holistic management? It means overall a big picture, 360-degree view of the Army, Navy, Air Force can be viewed in order to, because national security comes first. And all this can be very effectively utilized by the CDS in order to face any threat and protect the integrity, the sovereignty of the nation, and face any kind of, be prepared, best prepared for any kind of threat. So there is a holistic management for optimized results and single point advice on matters. For example, if Honorable Prime Minister has to take an advice, or a Defense Minister has to take an advice, calling Army separately, Navy separately, Air Force separately, chiefs, all these chiefs separately, and then trying to form an opinion will be very difficult. Instead, CDS will hold meeting with all the three, and all of them give their opinion, and CDS will go and give opinion to Defense Minister or Prime Minister at a time. So there will be a single command and also single point military advice on matters related to national security. And particularly nuclear weapon, as you know, nuclear command we discussed that he will be also giving a briefing. What is the theater command? That was one word that is used in the discussion, in the news item. What is theater command? It's an organizational structure designed to control all military assets in theater of war. So all the resources, men, material, paraphernalia, equipment, arsenal, transportation, logistic resources, all put together, they become what is called a theater command. So a joint command is called theater command in military parlance. That is, what is a joint command? So all the command is an organized structure, control military assets. What is military assets? Army, Navy, Air Force, all the three. And joint command is the theater command in military parlance. So theater command or military command or both are joint command or both are one and the same, because we are joining all the three with all their paraphernalia, arsenal, material, resources, logistics, support, transportation, and technology communication, all put together. It places the resources of all forces at the command of a senior military commander. So you see, all forces. Earlier, this was not possible. So what is it doing here? All forces put together. Earlier, separate, single, one each earlier. This is the changed scenario because of the command. This is giving us more power. We are utilizing that unification power. Then, for example, a theater command in the East will integrate components of the IAF and the Army and also Navy. So earlier, Army, Navy, and Air Force were separate, and each of them were to give. Now, one theater command in the East will have integration, combination of all Air Force, Navy, and Army commands. That is why it said IAF, that is Air Force, and Army, and also component of Navy. So, for example, East Theater Command in the East will have all Army, Navy, Air Force under its control and ready to use whenever it is required. So that is the preparedness, the best prepared, best organized, and promise to deliver a very good performance in case of a use.